Welcome back to The Mindful Student with Dr. Chris Willard. Our five senses are a powerful avenue right back into the present moment. What researchers have found is that our minds are wandering, probably no surprise to you, usually about 50% of the time, which I should probably repeat because chances are that you missed it. Our minds are wandering about half of the time, usually back to the past or off to the future, usually places where not so good things are happening. Regret from the past or anxiety is really just telling ourselves horror stories about the future, which may or may not actually happen. But when we are able to come back to the present, we're able to focus, we're also able to be, in fact, happier. And one of the best ways to do this is through our five senses. Our senses are always in the present, even if our mind wanders off to the past or future, or comparing ourselves to others. My personal favorite sensory practice is simply noticing sounds, tuning into the sounds that are all around us. Whether that's in a beautiful, quiet place in nature, whether it's in the midst of the hectic city, sounds can bring us right into the present, help us to narrow our focus on where we want it to go. In this way, we're really training our brains, training, in fact, our prefrontal cortex, where we focus, where we regulate our emotions and impulses, just by something like focusing on sounds. So we'll begin. I'll guide us through this practice. I'll encourage you just to, as always, sitting upright, adopting a mindful bodily posture. Not so tight that you're straining, not so loose that you're falling asleep. Your eyes can gently lower or close, which can really enhance this listening practice. And let's begin by noticing what's the farthest away sound that you can hear. Outside of the room, maybe even outside of the building. Actively listening outward, what's the farthest sound that you're aware of? Birds, cars, perhaps even an airplane in the distance. And then gradually starting to zoom in, bringing your mind, your awareness a bit closer. Sounds perhaps still outside, but a bit closer by. From there, perhaps sounds inside the building, if not yet inside the room. Distant voices or footsteps. Zooming in a bit closer still, aware of sounds inside the room. Ticking of a clock, the buzz of the lights or computer, the humming of the fan. Closer still, sounds from nearby, your own body, your own person, perhaps the rustling of clothing, the ticking of your watch, the creaking of your chair. And now shifting your awareness to your breath, the sounds of your breath. Letting the sounds of your breath carry your awareness inward, Perhaps noticing sounds inside your body, the rumbling of your stomach, sounds of your heartbeat and pulse, or the blood rushing past your ears. And tuning in, perhaps noticing the sounds of your own thoughts. Is that possible? The sound of your thoughts, and as we explored before, the spaces, the silences in between them, if it exists. Shifting your attention now outwards once more. To 360 degrees of sounds near and far, perhaps beginning with noticing just sounds from near or far, from the right, and then sounds from the left. Near, far, from in front of you. As well as from behind you. Perhaps even noticing sounds from above, sounds from below. Tuning into all the sounds around you at once. A symphony of noises, the spaces between them. And then tuning in to just one sound, just following one sound for the next few moments. As it grows louder and softer, changes its pitch, its tone. Is it constant or does it change? And we'll wind down this listening practice. I'll invite you just to notice and name maybe 3 more sounds. And then letting go of this active listening, raising or fluttering your eyes, bringing your awareness back now more fully to the rest of your senses. And perhaps sensing if there's been a shift in body and mind and focus. So that in this way we can continue to tune into our senses to bring us right back to the present. Help us to focus. During life's hectic days, so many things pull us out of the moment. So many things distract us. Sitting in class or trying to study in the airplane going by, our mind goes there. We can practice noticing those faraway sounds and practice pulling our awareness, our attention back inward, closer and closer, zooming right in to what's happening in the room, even in our own minds. Making that a longer practice. You can do this yourself, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Or perhaps at other moments, just trying to settle back into the moment. Mind wandering all over the place. We'll just take a Few seconds, notice a few sounds from the left, from the right, above, below, in front, behind. And out of that thought stream, racing off to the future, wondering why you hadn't studied more from the past, and coming right into the present, focusing fully present for the task at hand, whatever that may be. So we encourage you to explore this practice and whatever variations you may come up with yourself. Longer, shorter, different directions, near and far, zooming in, zooming back out, seeing what helps you to train your focus, to train your concentration, to bring yourself back to where you need to be, in the here and in the now.